Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving my review for Unwelcome. This is kind of a under-the-radar horror film that came out this year. Basically about this couple that we find out the girlfriend, wife, whatever she is pregnant. They go to celebrate. Her husband, boyfriend, whatever he is, goes out to get some non-alcoholic beverages for them to celebrate with. And he kind of starts up this fight, I guess, if you will, with these three thugs outside the apartment complex, and they end up breaking his house, beating him up, and beating up his pregnant girlfriend. And they end up moving after he inherits a house, and they have to do a blood sacrifice to these red caps, I think they're called, which is basically just leaving out food, like a liver or something. And if they don't do it, then something bad could happen. This movie isn't quite what it makes itself out to be. The creatures aren't really the enemy. They actually pretty much help them throughout the movie. So like the posters and stuff that it shows, where it makes it seem like they're the enemy, that they're the ones that are trying to defend themselves against. That's not the case. Very misleading posters for this. Basically, the enemies are this family they hire to renovate the house. There are these a-holes in town that they think they're all that. They think they run the town. One of the brothers, who ain't all there, is a rapist, basically. And they even say you have to watch out for not to leave your wife around them, because the guys will, the brothers will do stuff to the women. Yeah, well, I mean, they don't really show him doing anything. They mostly show, and that's the thing, like they say this could happen, but they don't really show. They mainly show him like choking her and trying to kill her because she needs him in the nuts, but to stop him from doing anything. But this movie, it just wasn't that great. The boyfriend, I don't know, I guess it was intentional. I don't know if they were trying to reverse the roles in this and make the guy the weak one in the family. I'm assuming that was done on purpose, but it was like the guy was such a, I don't want to say wimp, but he basically, like, for instance, in the beginning, when they get attacked by the three guys, which they don't even go into detail with what happened to them. They're never brought back up. That you get that one attack, you get the cops called, and you don't even get to see them talking to the cops. They just kind of completely throw that whole stuff away from the movie. But in that attack, he gets attacked, but he don't really defend his girlfriend, his pregnant girlfriend, wife, whatever. He just lays there crying and watches it happen, but they're not like holding him down or nothing. They're not even trying to stop him. They're all surrounding her, and he's just kind of laying there watching, not doing anything, not even trying. And then once it's over with, he crawls over to her lap and is like bawling in her lap while she's sitting there, just traumatized, not crying, but just kind of a blank stare on her face. And then like throughout the whole movie, it's the same situation. Like he keeps acting like he's trying to be tough, like he's going to do better, he's going to defend her. But like there's a scene where a dog jumps out at him, and instead of getting between her and the dog, he jumps behind her and puts his pregnant wife, who's probably she's probably 8 to 9 months pregnant at this time, in between him and the dog. So, and they end up really making him not only kind of wimpy, but an asshole and a very unlikable character, in my opinion.
That from the first thing you said about him.
So they don't ever redeem his character at all throughout the entire movie. They just kind of make his character worse. The family that they hire randomly, I mean, I don't understand. To me, they should have looked more into him. They should have asked around town more. They called one person and they couldn't do it, so they wanted somebody that could do it right away. So they hired this family that lives in this rundown place to fix their house without any knowledge of who they are, how good the work they do, anything like that. You're new to the area. You'd never I think they were from like London and they moved to Ireland, I think. So you would think you would want to find out more about the neighborhood and the town, whatever you call it over there, before jumping into hiring just random strangers. And you think the townspeople would have warned them more about the family. The only one that seemed like they was really warning them was the drunk sitting next to them. And, he was basically telling them the truth about the family. But at that point, it was too late. They done hired him. And, like, this family was basically just terrible. I mean, they would walk in freely. How they must never lock their doors, or they gave them a key, which would have been stupid, or something, because the family just came in and started moving stuff out of the kitchen while they were still asleep to start work. The boss, if you will, the three siblings' dad wanted them to call him daddy. The boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, to call him daddy. The whole movie, he kept getting upset. Don't know why he wanted to be called daddy. Never understood that, really. They never explained that.
Wait, was it a kinky thing, or was it a father figure?
I mean, the ones that were with him was his kids, but he wanted the pregnant woman and her boyfriend to call him daddy.
That's cultish. I don't like that.
And every time they wouldn't call him daddy, he'd get mad and say, he's like, call me daddy, or it's daddy, or something like that.
That's a little weird.
And
creepy.
Yeah, it was very I don't know, it just very weird. The cinematography was very odd too. It felt cheap. It looked like, well, you could tell it was definitely on like a stage, almost like they were trying to put on a stage play or something. It was very weird. Very weird cinematography. I will say, when you get towards the end and the little creatures start helping her with the family and taking out the family, you do get some good gore, some good blood. That helped it some. That third act really kind of helped bring it up a notch, but not anything drastic. I mean, I thought the acting from the main girl was pretty good, but as I said, the guy's acting, I think his name was Douglas Booth, I think. His acting was, I mean, it was fine for what he was trying to do, but I just didn't like his character. But
so I could have just honestly been the character you're supposed to play anyway.
Yeah, it could have been. But I ended up giving this a 2.5 out of 5. It's not one I would watch again. Like I said, that third act did not save it enough. there was just stuff that needed to be explained better. Stuff that the concept I liked. I liked this having this to do a blood sacrifice to these creatures. To me, they should have just kept it where the creatures would attack them because they didn't feed them, and had it been more them taking on the creatures or something, something to that effect, like what the posters actually show, like you think the movie's going to be about. Unfortunately, that's just not what they give us. They give us something completely different, and it just did not fully work. So, 2.5 out of 5, I think, is a very generous score, but not one I can recommend, not one I'll ever watch again, and a big L for the horror movie or horror genre on this one. So, but that's everything from my review for Unwelcome. So please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we'll see you all in the next one.